All right. We're back again.
We still don't have a podcast yet.
Not yet. We did the life hacks.
We did. There's a lot of helpful information there, but nobody's using it.
Not a single person.
People like living terrible lives.
I guess so. You'd think, the one about having two jet fighter pilot alter egos.
Yeah, you think people, like, there'd be a lot more babies or pregnant women this week.
Yeah.
After that one.
Yeah. At least 2 for every jet fighter Halloween costume sold.
Yeah, and that's an easy one to come by. It's just a jumpsuit.
Yeah.
You just step into it and zip it up, and you're ready to go.
Yeah. Anyway, here we are again. This is exciting. I have something for you.
Oh.
You might remember on our first attempt, the advice podcast, you asked, what does a penguin penis look like? I searched the internet, and the first thing that came up was a throw pillow that said penguin penis, and then underneath that it said a pillow with the phrase penguin penis on it, 12 letters. And, this is a little surprise. I bought you that pillow.
Oh, what a beautiful pillow. And, I bet that where the penguin penis fits is, like, right underneath a white pillowy belly.
I actually got 2. I was going to keep them both for us.
I'm going to hold this up for a camera that's not there. Hi there.
But I'm gonna send it over to our listener Wesley, who successfully suggested that we do a podcast called This American Knife.
What a wonderful podcast idea! I hope somebody makes it. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this bad boy up here.
Put it a little lower so people can't see my fucked up drywall behind you. There we go. So congratulations to you and to Wesley. Wesley, we'll send you that lovely gift in the mail if you send us a mailing address. Also, we had some online feedback. Trashly Whiskers on Instagram shared our Instagram story. So thanks to you, Trashly.
Thank you, Trashly.
That was awfully nice of you. Other than that, I don't think we got any reviews this week. I'll double check just to kill some time.
I think we might have gotten one more rating, but no more written reviews. Which we really love those written reviews because that. I mean, I can just say 5-star, 5-star, 5-star all day long, but it really helps when you give us a little piece of yourself.
It looks like ratings and reviews. We have not received enough ratings to display an average for this podcast. So I've given it 5 again, just hoping that'll give it a little bump. Moving on.
I haven't done that yet, but they let presidents vote for themselves.
It seems like
they always have a little news story like look at this piece of shit. I wonder who he's going to vote for. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Believe me.
So glad you got a voice in this, asshole. Ugh. Oh, we made a deal to vote for each other. Sure you did.
Look at how shifty his wife's eyes are. I bet she didn't vote for him. She wants this over as soon as possible. She does not want to talk to me.
What is this? Our national obsession with the shifty-eyed vice president wife.
Just because she's trapped there.
That probably.
I like it's a thriller.
She stepped in some glue.
Yeah. Oh, That made me think about glue traps, and that always makes me sad.
I tell you what, there was a mouse in my house, and I put poison out. Because I was like, you don't deserve glue. You deserve better than that. You deserve to be poisoned to death.
You deserve to go back into the wall and die there where I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
That's the glue. The glue's very effective, but it really... it asks you to step up to the plate and hit that trapped mouse with a baseball bat.
I'm willing to go to phase 1 of murdering Rasputin, but I'm not going to go to like phase 2 or 3 where you're hitting him with a hammer.
Yeah.
Rolling him up in a rug and tossing him off a bridge.
Drown him. That's what it always comes down to.
That's what it always comes down to. Every time these mice come in and they take control of the royal family in my house, we try and stop the mice, only to have a bunch of fucking peasants rise up. Ingrates. These mice. Wait, the mice are Rasputin, not the... All right, sorry.
I mean, I think mice are a part of that whole world.
The Rasputin world?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could talk to rats and control them with his whistle
Super Ben
flute,
powers?
like his flute.
Oh, he had a flute.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I remember this now.
And didn't he
he
say
made the king
to the...
come out naked and then told him that everybody could see his fine clothes?
Well, I thought that he did that, but that was a different shenanigan.
Yeah.
The one he's most
Just
known
full
for
of
is the
classic...
It's just like, I'm going to steal all of your kids with my sweet flute playing, unless you pay me X amount of
I want
rubles.
all the rats in exchange.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of protein on a rat.
God, there's so
Think
many...
about how much faster they are than you expect them to be. They're moving on a different level of time. Every time I see a rat running away from me, it's like Quicksilver in the X-Men movies.
Yeah. It's like your last Tinder date.
Yep.
Not the running away, but like the, whoa, you're a fast mover, huh?
I didn't expect a rat to be able to talk, but here we are.
Wow. So the way that it reminds you is your last date was with a talking rat.
Well, I'm a big fan of Splinter from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So how'd it go?
A lot of wisdom was imparted.
You're like, look, this is Tinder. I'm not
a little
looking
bit
for
more
wisdom.
of a taskmaster than I was hoping for, but I was eager to please.
Listen, lady rats out there, if you're going on Tinder dates with human men and you wanna be in control, don't go Splinter style. That's just a half measure. If you're gonna be the dom, you gotta go full Ratatouille. Climb on my head, start pulling.
Also, I'm just gonna
get my arms and legs going.
Wearing a very short kimono only worked for Splinter in a way that it wasn't working in the real world out here for this lady rat.
Could you imagine if Could you imagine if the implication of Master Splinter's short robe was that he was kind of a pervert? Just living in this like weird sewer apartment with 4 young teen boys. I mean, they're turtles, but still. And he's just walking around with like his kimono hanging open.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be like a big
I don't know if
rat
it
dick?
matters as much when you're completely encased in fur, where like... I mean, we've already talked about a penguin penis here, but another animal's penis that I can't picture is a bear. And I feel like I've seen a bear standing on its 2 hind legs with its paws out a whole lot, and I've never noticed something swinging. So maybe that's how Master Splinter gets away with his how cocksure he is.
Truly. So wait, Because he doesn't have a visible genitals. That's
It's
what makes him
just
so
completely encased in fur. Like, I think he'd actually have to, like, do a London Bridge and sway to and fro for
Ring
you
the
to
bell.
get that sort of imagery. Just a little safer. It's like you're wearing fur pants already.
I suppose.
Now the turtles themselves, that's all inside the shell, right?
I believe that the turtles.
Because they aren't even wearing kimonos. Like, I mean, they're wearing
They have a belt, right?
they have a belt and a little
Maybe they just got it
sash around
tucked
their
up
eyes.
into the belt.
It feels better that way.
It's good. They're teens, so they're dealing with a lot of unwanted boners.
I think they must be inside the shell.
Just inside, you never notice, but whenever April O'Neil is around, you can just hear this knocking sound.
Yeah, I don't know if it'd be like a click or
It's
a
like
tap.
it sounds like a horse going by. Just 4 turtle boners banging on the inside of shells.
Sounds like a marimba.
Clippity clop, clippity clop, clippity clop. They're synced up. Boy, I'm glad that it doesn't work like that. Like how ladies get their periods synced up. What if you and your bros? What if your boners got synced up?
That might not be the worst.
Like you just get in fights. You're like,
Because
it's fine.
we'd all be like
It's just
deflecting together. We could maybe come up with
we're synced up. We're all getting our boners this weekend.
Yeah, that would suck. Like one few day long boner per month.
We've been planning this camping trip for over a month, and of course, as soon as we get out there, we all get our boners.
Just all furiously humping different holes in the ground.
We're at each other's throats. I got fire ants in my dick.
Splinters.
And we bring it
Back to
back full circle to Splinter. That's how we do it. All right. So do you have any ideas?
I've got several. This one would put us on the road quite a bit, so I don't know how feasible it is, but it's definitely a podcast someone should do. I call it We Love a Parade.
We Love a Parade.
And it's a podcast that happens within a parade. It would be, there'd be a lot of research involved in finding out where will there be a parade this weekend, and then just show up and try to talk ourselves into being a part of it. And then we could maybe design a float that is specifically for podcasting, and we'd podcast the parade from within the parade.
Would this float be when you say a float for podcasting?
It might just be like a truck with a card table and podcasting equipment in the bed of it. But I mean, we could do like a podcast and just like be waving to people and throwing candy while we're talking.
But would the float itself, would it be like the theme of the float is podcasting?
If possible, if that would dovetail with whatever the reason for the parade is, because who doesn't love a good Christmas podcast?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? We could have like a gay pride sort of episode and hit the pride parade. We could do
like a Thanksgiving episode.
We could do like a history, like the World War II stuff for 4th of July or something.
Yeah. We could get into a lot of like niche markets too. Be like, hey, this one's all about blueberries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there could be smaller parades. There could be like a puppy parade.
Yeah.
We could probably get in, like, if any team, local-ish team wins a national championship, that's a fun parade
There
to
you
go to.
And then in the off season, we'll just do one every week in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Just with a drunken bachelor party.
We can live at Disney World / Disneyland and just do the what's that called? The thing with all the lights.
The electric mayhem.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I'll be smiling so much you'll be calling me Dr. Teeth.
Here's what's got me excited is the idea of designing this float.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, we've got the idea for the podcast, and we got the chops. We got this great rapport. We back and forth. We cut up.
Yeah,
we punch
we
down.
might have to be just a little bit happier, a little bit more upbeat, because who doesn't love a parade? It's great out here today. The weather is fine, and everybody's talking turkey on this wonderful Thanksgiving Day parade.
And they are lowering him into the ground, folks. Reverend Purvis was a beloved deacon, and he will be remembered not just for what he contributed in life, but for how great this podcast episode of his funeral parade has been.
By your commemorative Reverend Purvis funeral parade podcast, it'll come to you on an audio cassette 6 weeks from now.
6 to 8 weeks. Plus shipping and handling. Coldplay. Is that what you said?
I said gold-plated.
Oh, gold-plated.
Coldplay. Side A is the podcast. Side B is my personal greatest hits of Coldplay.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Coldplay. Yay. When you try your best, but you don't succeed. I just realized that we actually used that as the theme song for our life hacks.
We did.
That was a good joke.
Do you think Chris Martin and Gwyneth Paltrow got divorced, right?
I believe they did.
Do you think that foretells
he's
a
available.
happier future for Coldplay songs, or are they going to get even sadder?
I don't think they even make songs anymore.
Oh, that's real rough.
Yeah. Poor Coldplay.
I wonder if we all just need to show up at Coldplay's house and say, like, we still remember you.
Hey,
come on out again.
What if they came back?
Stop playing with your trains.
What if they came back in like a real fucked up way?
Oh, like they're like, we're ready to be a new metal band now.
Yeah.
I'd be down for that.
If it was just like, here's the new Coldplay, you put it on, it's like, I fucked an animal. You're like, goddamn, Coldplay.
I think that needs to happen.
If anyone out there, if any of our listeners know Chris Martin, please let us know by writing a review on iTunes or telling a friend about our podcast.
And
preferably Chris Martin of Coldplay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Let him know we're out here and we're talking about him. We want to see him fuck an animal.
I also give us some ideas on what we could maybe buy for him. I think he might like a penguin penis pillow, but we could also maybe get him a different sort of present. I just want to brighten his day.
You can get him a tote bag that says penguin penis on it.
He sounded so sad, and he's had such great success. I don't understand why. All the sad songs. Yeah. I'd take an angry one, but really, I want a happy one.
Chris, if you're listening, or you know what, any of those guys from Coldplay, I think they have like a bald drummer, and like a guy with glasses.
Do they got like one guy whose hair's wet all the time?
Yeah, they probably have a guy who has a long beard now that he puts like expensive oils in.
Yeah.
And anyway, if any of you are listening, if you can put out like a hard rockin' song that says I fucked an animal under the Coldplay moniker, nice try. You can't go solo with this shit. you can get Coldplay to put out a song called "I Fucked an Animal."
And you might be the first band who doesn't smell bad to do a song about bestiality. Generally, bands that do that smell like they would be a band that would do that. So you could be the first band that smells like a barber shop to write a song about fucking animals.
Yeah. If you do that, we'll send you one of these sweet pillows. It says penguin penis.
It's the only way to get one.
And
that's upside down now. I don't know why I keep showing you the pillow.
It looks great. Here's an idea. If you want to do this, 2 birds, 1 stone. Maybe go for the penguin.
Yeah.
Then you can let us know what that thing looks like.
Yeah, we still haven't found that out.
We still haven't found what we're looking for. That's one of your favorite songs, Coldplay. You'll love it.
It's got to be.
And it's about the penguin's penis.
Do you think a penguin penis is... I mean, because penguins are at the South Pole, and it's very cold there, but a penis is generally a very hot thing. So do you think it's just a penguin penis gets up to lukewarm? Or do you think it defies all environmental expectations and it's just still
glowing hot?
Yeah.
Maybe he's drilling it into the ice with it just sheer heat. He can just put a
so hard hole. You got to hit it with a hammer to shape it. Like a sword.
Yeah. Wow, that ding really gave away my sudden distraction.
It resonated a little bit.
Yeah. Boy, it's almost like I forgot to mute my messages coming through. Yeah, so
We Love a Parade was the idea. Once again, we got onto animal penises. That's a frequent topic. But do you have an idea? Because I don't know if any
wanted to come up with an idea for the float, and I think it's just going to be
okay.
Big stack of mattresses and some electric toothbrushes. He'll be like, "Oh, that's that podcast."
As long as we can put some penguin penis pillows upon the mattresses, I'll sign off on it.
All right, so here's my first idea that I brought to the table today. You remember Scared Straight? It was like those videos where they'd take bad little boys to jail and let the jail men scream at them until they pissed.
Yes.
And we're like, good for them, good for everyone involved. This is great. We've horrified these bad little boys. We've given these violent prisoners a positive outlet for all their abusive tendencies.
To work on their one-man shows.
They're all doing their one-man shows. I would love it if one of them came out and just did kabuki theater instead. Yeah, so this would be a similar thing to Scared Straight. It's called Scared Gay.
Oh! So, the individuals who are going to be subjected to these adult gay men scaring them gay, are they going to be chosen at random? Is there going to be some sort of nomination or sign-up process? How are we going to find our victims / clientele?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. I guess, we just round up some... Maybe here's what we'll do. We'll find some guys who are misogynists. Maybe incel, really into they hate women, and we'll just scare them gay. And be like, you hate women anyway, right? Oh, you don't like women? You don't like women? We could do it in a prison, I guess, if we want. Yeah,
we could do it in a prison, but That might make it a little too easy.
This is also, I'm realizing, not like a one-to-one analog of Scared Straight. They weren't. The idea was not to turn the children harder into criminality.
We're gonna have to head down to Gay Town to do this one.
Like the idea of Scared Straight is that they're like, oh, these kids just being bad to be bad. They're just rebellious children. We need to teach them about how to financially gain from their rebellion and crime.
I thought we were just going to say, like, we possibly find candidates who are taking a little bit of time and deciding who they are and say, there's no time. We all need to know now. Fuck you and trying to figure out who you are. We all want to know now.
They're in the process of putting together their OK Cupid, and it's like, I'm interested in, and there's two little radio buttons, and we just sneak up behind them, and we're like, ah! They accidentally.
Oh, I clicked OK.
I didn't mean to do, guys, but I guess I'll just see what's out there. That could be good.
We could probably also set up some dates for people. Just take their phone, and you're like, well, he's coming over right now, so just engage that fight or flight instinct.
We've trained this German Shepherd to attack you if you don't go on this date. What are you going to do, Timothy?
I hope you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy yourself. Or you're going to get mauled by this German Shepherd.
I'd hate to see it. You really hate to see it.
Nobody wants that. Nobody wants our gay friend to be bitten by a dog when he could just, put himself out there a little bit. It doesn't even have to be.
I don't know, like
the date doesn't even have to be a part of this, because the title alone, it could just be Scared Gay, like scared, gay. It's just two things to describe our guest, and
we could go back and forth,
and then we just let a snake loose in the room.
Yeah. We could maybe reach out and get some gay friendly horror stories to read too,
Ooh. Yeah.
I think that a lot of times some forms of sexuality are interwoven into horror films. There's usually a lot of.
You're talking about Vincent Price?
Well, yeah, for one. I mean, there's just a lot of otherness in horror movie protagonists, but, just, I'm sure that there is gay-centric horror out there, but I don't know of a podcast that rounds it all up and uses it to scare people into admitting they're gay.
Yeah, I mean, man, I'm just going to check and see what the competition looks like here. And
I'm already seeing like some beautiful connections between this idea and my idea, because there are so many pride parades. We could probably do this all from a horror themed float within We Love a Parade.
Oh yeah, no, there's one called Scream Queens, where horror gets gay. So
I mean, it is a long tradition,
I don't know for certain that their plan is to make people gay through scaring them, but it does say that it's where it gets gay. It doesn't show up gay. It arrives there and then gets gay.
Okay.
So
well, we're hoping that it arrives here gay and then it gets scared, so it's a different podcast.
Right.
It's sort of the you ever stare at the white and black tile and choose which color to focus on, and it like bops back and forth, and it's a visual thing that makes getting a haircut okay?
Yeah.
It could be like we could be the black squares to their white squares.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, thank God, my haircut. It's much better now.
It hurt really bad.
Until someone made...
And my head is a bloody mess, but...
Until somebody made an opposite podcast to my gay horror movie podcast. There probably is a podcast that's just like those like Christian PAX TV, made for TV movies reviews, which I think is the opposite of the gay horror movie podcast.
Yeah. There have been some scared straight in the form of not just not committing crimes, but
not committing,
but crimes.
Sodomy.
Yeah.
Crimes of passion. Yeah. Yeah,
I think this is a really good idea. Just in the interest of being self-aware, I don't think that I'm a good host for this show, though.
Yeah, this is the thing, is that neither one of us is gay, so one of us is going to have to take one for the team if we want to do this podcast and not get canceled immediately.
Blah! Ah! Okay,
Did it
it's
work?
going to be me. You win.
All right, well, we'll put a pin in it. What else do you got?
Oh, I don't know. I've got a couple of different ideas.
I want to remind you that this is coming out on the 28th of October. It's a few weeks from now. So, please don't bring up the Joker. That'll be old news. But do bring up any spooky ideas.
Okay, well, I'm going to nix...
Unless, of course, the Joker completely breaks down society by the time this comes out.
Okay. This is an older idea that I had, and it's probably a little more seasonal than something that we're going to use to take over the world with, but how about some cocktail mashups as a podcast for Halloween? I know everybody always likes to say, like, if you eat candy, corn, and peanuts together, they taste just like a payday. But what if you, like, smash that all up in your mouth and spat it into a vodka bottle and then let it sit for the rest of the month leading up till Halloween, and then you had a payday-flavored vodka?
Okay. Is that true?
I've not tried it, but I've had 4 or 5 different people tell it to me.
This is like a way to, like, oh, these two shit
and
snacks?
This is kind of a life hack, but
You can take these two.
And upgrade them in your mouth into something better.
Something that you might actually want.
And then I'm going to say, don't swallow that. Spit that junk into some clear spirits.
Vodka.
Yeah.
And now we've got payday vodka.
And most of mine, like, when they...
peanut vodka.
Usually when people make a cocktail, they're muddling and they're... infusing. I tend to just mash things up in the face hole that has exposed bone coming out of it, and then just like slopping that into what I'm going to drink just hours before I drink
masticating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like chewing cud, but not swallowing cud.
So all of these cocktail ideas, are they all...
It's all going to be different Halloween candies that you can chew up and spit into vodka.
So they're all chewing, they're all Halloween, they're all candies. We're not including anything else?
I guess we could do like a pumpkin punch or I don't know.
Like a bobbing for apples.
Yeah, and then you could chew that.
You gargle it instead of chew.
Oh, man. I've never done bobbing... Like, bob for apples and champagne. That's a really baller idea.
Ooh.
I mean, everybody's hair and face is going to be really sticky, though. You're going to have like, a party shower.
Gonna get scared gay.
Yeah.
Listen, if any of you out there were scared gay, write into us at we don't have a podcast yet at gmail.com. We'd love to hear your stories of how you were scared gay. Was it a junior high locker room, or maybe on the shoulders of someone at a Kid Rock spring break concert?
Maybe it was just staring deeply into Kid Rock's eyes. A lot of things can do it.
There are so many ways that Kid Rock can scare you gay. We want to hear all about it on this, our podcast that doesn't exist yet. I just remembered that. No one is going to write in.
Do you think that Kid Rock has scared more males or more females gay?
I feel like he's probably scared more women gay, right?
Yeah, I guess it'd be more of an enticement.
He's scared straight. It's if you're a fella and you find yourself like just your gaze lingers slightly too long at Kid Rock, that's gonna scare you straight.
I mean, he was a real badass in Joe Dirt.
Yeah, he's a badass in everything.
Yeah,
that's one badass that I do not want.
How much money did he have to pay to get both Sweet Home Alabama and Werewolves of London samples in one song?
It's an interesting thing. It was free.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I guess it helps to know people.
Yeah. Anybody can sample the Werewolves of London.
Really?
It's a legal loophole.
I did not know that. I assumed that he made a shit ton of money, but he spent a whole lot of money to be able to just Frankenstein two pretty good songs together and vamp over that.
Yeah, no, it's because of the mention of London. Yeah, it was a British law called the Crammers Act. Crammers these nuts in your mouth.
Also, let us know if we should do more jump scares. If you've been jump scared gay, let us know. It'd be a real feather in our podcasting caps.
I love the idea of a these nuts joke being a jump scare. That's why we must bring back the Leprechaun franchise. The only movies with the balls.
How do you want to bring them back?
Balls-related jump scares.
You want to bring same looking Leprechaun, or do you want a CGI?
Wait,
guy?
Is Wicket? Wait, what's his name? Warwick Davis?
Yeah.
Is he dead?
No, very much still alive, but
didn't they made one without him though, right? The Hornswoggle one.
They let Hornswoggle be the Leprechaun.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
That's. Did they really?
I believe that they did.
Just because he'd cosplayed as the Leprechaun for a decade beforehand?
Hey, yeah. He's gonna... Can we talk about this for a second, alright? Leprechaun culture is not your cosplay. You can't just show up at Coachella dressed like a leprechaun and be like, I think it looks cool. That is someone's actual heritage you're stealing. Because leprechauns, in case you didn't know, were nearly driven out of extinction by greedy teenagers, I believe, in the first movie. And then, by like the third or fourth, it was people from the hood.
Yeah.
And then space people.
Going back even further.
The leprechauns have been the true victims of racism in America and in space. Space racism. And you're just going to dress up like this guy for Instagram likes?
Well, Notre Dame will dress a regular-sized man up like one and just pretend like it's normal. It's pretty disgusting.
So that was that an idea for a podcast?
It was just going to be like a podcast where we teach people how to make fancy cocktails, but it was going to let the cocktail shaker be the inside of your ever chewing mouth.
Okay.
So it's like, you don't need to buy a lot of fancy doodads and whatnot for your bar, because we're just going to make sure that we floss and brush very well before we do this, and then just mix it up on the old inside of the head hole.
All right. I got another one here. This is called Remembering Our Cars.
Oh. This is going to be a real dad podcast.
Talk about our old cars.
Do you name your cars?
Yeah, well, we get into all of that, all the ins and outs. We talk about our cars, things we remember, things we like. Ooh, first cars, favorite cars, dream cars, nightmare cars, cars we've seen in movies, cars we wish existed,
cars we've written books about.
Cars that other people have written books about. Yeah. Cars we've read books about.
Cars that are almost cars, but not quite cars.
Cars that are too much car for their own good.
Mm-hmm. Cars that have been the home of a 3-person family that I was a part of.
The band, The Cars.
Matchbox cars.
Hot Wheels cars. And those dumb ones from Galoob.
Galoob? Game Genie manufacturer Galoob?
Makers of the Game Genie and the chimp that bangs the cymbals together.
Oh, with both of them on my side, I'm really going to beat ghouls and goblins this time.
So that's an idea I had, just talking about our cars.
That's keeping it basic, and I think that is really going to hit the sweet spot on a lot of people. And if I'm honest, I'm probably going to try to scare a few people gay if we choose that one too. And also, you know what belongs in a parade? My favorite cars.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's another idea. Here we got one.
Did anybody send any in this week?
We got one from Kent. Kent writes, "Pursed lips. Each episode you steal a purse and then review the contents." So I don't really understand the lips part.
Well, I think most purses have lipstick in them, and we're obviously going to put that on.
So we're just reviewing the lipstick first and foremost.
Or lip liner or lip gloss. There are a lot of lip products normally found inside of a purse.
So that would be... This one could also get into some turning people gay territory if we're not careful. Or if we're too careful.
Yeah. I mean, we could take a lot of pictures and try to work that one way or another.
Try and seduce people into our homosexual agenda. Our homosexual agenda is just turning other people gay.
Yeah.
Not being gay with those people. This is like it's like a Survivor, right? Where we're like, hey, we're starting a pact. We got an alliance going. But really, we're just getting them off of our team. More for us. We can split the prize 2 ways.
Yeah, but I'm also going to be trying to scare you gay the whole time. I mean, it's a...
Well, yeah, no, that is implicit in any good alliance on reality TV. Yeah. So eventually,
it's going to be kind of like a reverse, though, because if we do the pilot of it, we're going to be filming or recording the finale first. I mean, we will end the episode with one of us gay.
So that's, the finale is just the two of us and the only two left. We're both
the real He-Man of heterosexuality right here.
We're both trying to seduce the other one into homosexuality.
I mean, all I've really got is when Bugs Bunny dressed up like a girl. I'm going to try that, I guess.
We're both trying to turn the other one gay.
But I'm supposed to scare it out of you.
Oh my god. This is seriously the best idea we've ever had. It's just an elimination style reality show where the last person to be straight is the winner.
I mean, Battle Royale style, Desert Island. All you have to do to, well, shoot, no weapons, though.
I think this is too big for us. The gay thing.
Yeah.
But I really want to see this happen. So again, Kid Rock or the guy from Coldplay, if either one of you are listening, or if both of you are listening, goddamn.
If just Kid Rock
that
is
would
listening,
be appointment television.
Hey, Kid
you want to
Rock,
get millennials?
do you want to try to scare Chris Martin gay?
Yeah.
And if Chris Martin's listening, and not Kid Rock,
he'd have to do like some sad scares.
Yeah.
Like more of existential, like, oh, what would I do?
I mean, his only chance is to make Kid Rock self-aware, and I think we've all been afraid of what a self-aware Kid Rock would do for a long time.
Yeah, like Skynet.
So,
Kid Rock.
Chris Martin, lose my number.
On August 13th, 1994, Kid Rock became self-aware. The survivors of that day called it. Well, I was going to say Judgment Day, but I feel like there's probably a better Kid Rock joke in there, but I don't know what it would be. Yeah, nothing's coming to me.
I'm lost.
Pimpalicious Day. Oh, well. All right, so I mean, I think we could easily do this thing where we just steal from people and then check out what's in their purses. But I still feel like we probably ought to hit up PodTron.
Yeah, we should get some outside thoughts, because I think we were sticking to a lot of similar ideas here. Like after you unleashed scaring people gay, I just wanted every podcast to be about that in some way. I'm sorry if I've neglected to explore some of what these podcasts could be, because I like that first idea that we both admitted we are not really the people to carry that idea out.
Yeah, sorry. I want to apologize to everyone for being two straight white men. We also are sharing a big bucket of mayo right now, and we're watching the Joker movie.
Yeah, just a handful or two while we watch the Joker movie.
Yeah. Oh, I told you not to bring up the Joker movie, and then look at me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I haven't even seen it yet. I might.
I'm going to go see it, and then I'm not going to tell anyone what my opinion is, because fuck you.
I got a really strong
Did
feeling.
I like it? Did I not like it?
I feel like...
I'll never tell.
What Michael Douglas movie is that? That
is Don't Say a Word.
Yeah. With Brittany Murphy.
I saw that in the theater, and there was a group of ladies sitting behind me that kept yelling, "That bitch is crazy!" So they understood how the movie worked. All right, so let's just get to this. The PodTron 4500 is a robot that I built that uses artificial intelligence. We gave it the top 1,000 podcasts on iTunes, and it uses the names of those to procedurally generate names of podcasts that would do well on iTunes. So without any further ado, take it away, PodTron. I'd just like to say, while PodTron's doing its thing, that you can go over to patreon.com/we don't have a podcast yet to listen to all of our failed pilots for podcasts that we've tried to come up with. But now it's time to take a look at what the PodTron has come up with for us this week.
It never fails. I mean,
it prints
I
out.
would never come up with any of this.
Yeah. Right. Number one. Top of the list. I gotta say, I'm intrigued by this idea. Raza Deportini.
Raza Deportini.
Raza Deportini. Now,
sounds like a video game stage to me. I don't know if it's Jet Set Radio or
it sounds
some sort of.
It sounds diverse, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up what Deportini means. It looks like there's someone named. There's a last name. Maybe Russian? Uh-oh.
Deportini. Sounds Italian.
Oh, it's the Uzbekistan word for deportation.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's a hot button topic. We could get into that, you know. I'm just gonna do see what Raza means. And it is
this is R-A-S-A, right?
R-A-Z-A.
Z-A. Okay.
Race? It looks like it's the Spanish and Mexican American for race.
So race to deport. Race to deportation.
I'm sorry, no, it's race like people of a certain ethnicity.
Oh, so this is going to be like a hate podcast. PodTron. You said something like, I mean, it gives us this title that's like, ooh, what a fancy foreign sounding, like I just picture myself dressing up like Ricardo Montalban for this one. Yeah. And then what it really comes down to is hate.
Yeah, I was just imagining myself dressing up like Al Jolson.
Oh, yeah, you had it right on the nose. PodTron?
You blew it.
I mean,
it
is giving us every possible idea. I mean, we never would have brought this one forward. I mean, and I don't think that the PodTron has like a shame index built into it. So what a fancy, wonderful sounding, terrible hate podcast idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that, you know, that probably would do pretty well in this economy. But I think the PodTron still needs a few tweaks.
Okay, well, it's spat out something that I feel like is, you know, if podcast life has evolved to the point of, you know, crazy multicellular organisms that can do many diverse things, the PodTron in this case has spat out an idea that is that first amoeba or paramecium or whatever, the first thing to come. The PodTron suggests a podcast called The Radio. And I think it might be right, because a lot of times I forget that the radio is something I can just flick on, and possibly if I just listened to the radio a whole lot and got to the point where I knew all the shows and which of the disc jockeys spin the records that I like the best, I could just record what's coming over the radio and then make that a podcast and not have to work at all. Or if I really felt like it, I could talk over the parts of the songs I didn't like if he plays Garth Brooks again.
Yeah. You could just cut in.
And just say, like some jazz over top of that.
Just do your own song. Jump in there with the Blue Moon.
Like I can kind of. Yeah.
The radio. This is another bad idea from the PodTron. This is exactly what it.
I feel like every idea we're having this week is pushing us out of our comfort zone. So we need to find something straight in the.
All right, hold on to your butts then, because this one feels like a barn burner.
All right.
And it reads, Juicy School of a Titus and Richo.
I'm down with the juicy school part. Explain the Titus and Richo part to me.
Those are capitalized. I think their names, Titus
and Richo.
Yeah. It's right underneath the Shriss Best of Maulers.
I might be on the wrong page here. The PodTron, not known for its brevity here.
Yeah, it really goes out there with the... Sometimes it's just a string of last names that goes on forever.
Well, what do you think about this one?
I think we could play Titus and Richo.
Who do you want to be?
I think I want to be Richo.
Okay, I can be Titus. Titus! I've got to...
Richo.
I've got to... Yeah, you've got to affect some sort of accent to be a good Titus.
Yes, well, I'm Richo. Welcome to Juicy School. Isn't that right, Titus?
We are two very old British men, but we enjoy going to the Juicy School to learn something new.
Yes, the Juicy School is quite pleasant, isn't it?
Truly. There's so much to slake my sucker at the Juicy School.
Yeah, that's...
Most of it...
I say, that's very authentic Britishness.
I don't know. Titus and Richo.
It's just a couple of puppets.
What a couple
just whacking
of
each other with little boards. All right, do you have anything else down this list?
Yeah. Why not? Majority now.
Majority now. How did no one think of it?
Is that a real podcast again? Did
I don't
do it
know.
Again?
Let's see.
Sometimes the PodTron doesn't know what's already a podcast, and I always don't. But
I'll check. I'm almost more worried that we accidentally already did this one.
Oh.
But I don't think we did. It is with an exclamation point. Is that correct?
No, there isn't. I added that with my delivery.
Looks like, yeah, I'm not seeing anything called Majority now. Yep. Looks like we're in the clear on this one. Majority now.
And I think that this would just be a very simple podcast where we put out a specialized poll about just questions we're interested in, like what's the best flavor of Skittle, how many fingers do you still have, how many have you lost, what's in your back pocket right now, those sort of things. And then we just majority rules. We just list what won each one so people know if they're winners or if they have to change.
Yeah, and that way, the next time you say we and somebody says, what do you mean we? You have a mouse in your pocket? You can be like, yeah, I mean we, because according to this podcast, they did a survey, what's in your pocket, and the majority of people said it's a mouse.
Yeah.
He's in there.
We
and he
should maybe
agrees with me on gay
specify,
marriage.
because I do have a mouse in my front shirt pocket, but if I put him in my pants pockets, I'd probably crush him to my body.
Which, I mean, if that's what you're into, we're not here to yuck any yums.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody wants to crush small animals in their pants pockets. But maybe you wear a baggier form of pant than me. Yeah. Maybe there's room in there for them.
Or maybe someone here does get sexual gratification from crushing mice in their pants pockets. We don't know. It could be anything.
Maybe I'm just going to suggest, like, if it's wanting him close to your midriff in some way, a fanny pack. Because that's just like a little, like a papoose for your pet mouse.
Papoose for your pet moose. Yeah, so majority now. Whatever we find out, I feel like this is the first step of this podcast, is to find out what people want, what people are into, what they're clamoring for.
Yeah.
And then the now part is where we activate.
Is like when you press play on this podcast, it's going to happen right then.
There's a good chance that this podcast will become Raza Deportini. That seems like the fatal flaw.
When we get to the point where we're choosing on this one, every single idea we floated this week, I think, scares me.
Yeah, it seems like we got a lot of we got a lot of things that I don't know that we're ready for. We Love a Parade. Then we had the Scared Gay podcast. You suggested the
one where we make Halloween cocktails, but there's a portion of it where we chew up and spit into the liquor.
Spitting candy into a liquor. And remembering our cars.
I honestly, remembering our cars is the one I vote for, just because
I feel like it's the only one that there is very little chance of us getting into any kind of legal trouble. We're both still waiting to hear back on our submission packets to SNL, so any of the rest of that stuff feels a little risky until we hear back from Lorne. I feel like I'm with you. My vote is for remembering our cars.
Okay. I think that can be a very fun, relaxing podcast, and one that, like, possibly like your dad's, and just a lot of times I'm reticent to recommend this podcast to people who are very set in who they are, who are not adventurous in any way, and I feel like this might be, without being a bad thing, like a less adventurous idea that can get people's feet in the door and get them on our train to success.
Yeah. This is one where
it's an entry level podcast here.
Where say you're listening to our podcast at work. Somebody's like, "Oh, what are you cheering and clapping for?" And you're like, "Oh, it's this podcast. I just really agree with everything that they say on it." And they're like, "Oh, well, why don't you just play it for the whole office?" Then you put on this one where it's just us talking about cars. They're like, "Yeah, we agree with this too. We remember cars."
Yeah. Dodge, Ford, and so on.
Eagle. Remember that one?
I think that's a bird.
Oh, shit. I was thinking of that movie, The Rescuers Down Under.
Yeah.
I was like, remember that part where he has that big ass gold car? And he's just like driving it around the outback. Just thinking of an eagle.
Yeah.
All right. So, thanks for listening. If you want to hear the podcast, it'll be up this Friday at patreon.com/we don't have a podcast yet. You can also, when you subscribe at the $5 level, you will get access to the whole vault. of every podcast we've done. That includes the Advice Podcast, the Life Hack Podcast, the Ghost Horse Inspirational Seance Podcast, and many, many more, as well as a new one every week, every Friday. So we're going to go come up with some car memories, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Ah!
Oh, God.